journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good, Lewis. This is the February cattle contract. This was our trade of the day, as I said in the video that I sent out last night. But you have a 3-drive, drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. You can all see the ABCDs lining up. But, you know, if you just use just common sense of what happened in the market, really helps. Look, the last low took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. The next low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. 7 or 8 days, and there it is right there. I mean, you know, you can see right there, just on that little tiny move right there, that's $800 with a $2,800 margin, folks. Where do you get 40% on your return from the S&P? 40% of $225,000 is $85,000. In order to match that margin move, you would have to do $85,000 worth of the S&P compared to what you can do for cattle for the same amount of money. The difference is you can sell 5 cattle up here, okay, and only risk, you know, $2,000, and look what it's made. That's made 10 grand on 5 contracts. So that's, you know, little nick and dime stuff. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. We've got another really nice winter that's been going on for quite some time here. We'll just get up here and take a look at it. This is the same situation. This is the same situation. This is the hourly chart on the soybean meal. We had the same thing right here. You see how it went against us here by $200. And now it's up $1,500 in our favor, from 20 to 17. That's $1,300 in your favor that we did that. Now you can see this is where we put the trade on. It had that one day where it went against us at $200, and now it's come back pretty good. We're getting close to where we'd probably be looking to buy the contracts back. That will probably be on Monday. We want to be watching because we're right at the 382 here on the meal right now. And frankly, as I'm talking this, I'm going to talk myself into covering the position. Well, it's already had a bigger correction than we had right here. So, but we're right at the 382 at this level right here. So I'll probably right after I'm off the air here, I will take this off at the break is what I'm going to do. Take it off of here at 107.5, just to lock in a really nice profit. Okay. All right. The next one we've been talking about for quite some time here. Now let's just get up here and look at this. Is the crude oil. We talked about this several times. We did it this morning in the what you call it, in the letter. Now this is an hourly chart, folks. Now look how long it took. It took almost a full day. In fact, it took a full day. Well, not quite. About 20 hours of that move right there. Where did it come to? Stopped exactly at the 382. Now that's 72.80 to where we are right now, 74.32, without hardly any heat at all. If you put this up here on a smaller time frame, there's the smaller time frame. There's where we were looking at it right there. That's that same pattern. I'll just draw it in so you can see it. In fact, this is not mystery stuff. We'll just get this up here and move this around right there. There's your 382. But look at, there's nothing here to try to get you to buy. Just like there was nothing right here. When these things, there was one here, if you remember that one. That one was a pretty nice one. Just get up here. You had the same little ABCD right there. Let's get it up here. This is what they call chart reading, folks. When you do stuff like this and see if it come down to the 382. Here it is. There's your 382, and that's what you're looking for. But we had no 382s here. It's just been a one-way Corrigan the way up. So look at it on a little bit longer time frame. Go to the daily now. We've broken out, folks. Broken out of all these highs up in here. See, that's what we broke out above right there. Now we're going up into some really stiff resistance. We're going to see what kind of action this is going to have for us. We'll draw this in. First thing you want to do is go down and you want to see where you're stopping at right now. And lo and behold, You're already above the 618, so no reason here to think it's not going to go higher, because it went through here like it didn't even exist, so we're probably looking at 75.89. The best way to reconstruct this, to find out if you're actually looking at the right thing, is to look at the total complex of the fracking contrast. That's the crude oil is first, then you have gasoline, and then you have heating oil. So we're going to do the same thing on the gasoline. We're going to bring it up on a 60-minute, and of course it's been extremely strong also, and you can see pretty much the same type of pattern. There was a 1.618, and look, it's just been going straight up ever since. But there's your first ABCD right here. Here's your second one. Right there, that's the same one that we were just looking at in the crude oil. So it's doing exactly the same thing, coming in, telling you, yep, there it is right there at the 382, still looking good. I have to refresh this because I haven't done that this morning yet. There we go, got that refreshed. There might have been a little 382 here. Well, that was yesterday. But, oh, there's another one. We have another one today. There it is, the same type of thing. There it is right there. ABCD coming in right there at what number? 382. You think this market's trying to tell you something? Hello, operator. Look, 382, 382, 382, 382, 382. Yeah, it's still going up. Okay, big difference. Okay, now let's move over here and take a look here at, we want to look at the last one of that group, which is the heating oil. That'll only just take us a second. The reason why you do that, Mike Moore will be our guest probably tomorrow, and he'll go over this stuff with the fracking, because when they crack the oil, they get it into those two components of heating oil and gasoline. So here's the heating oil, and remember now, this should be the strongest of the group because of seasonality and all the cold weather, but it is actually still pretty strong, but I don't see any difference between this one. See, this one's already a lot lower than we are in gasoline and crude. But there's your first 382 retracement right here. Let's just clean that one out. We see that first one. We'll get rid of this. I know it's repetition, folks, but repetition is the mother of knowledge. The only way you can understand this stuff is to sit there and beat yourself in the head. And this one doesn't even make a 382 here. I think it certainly did on this one right here. I have to tell you a funny story. I grew up with Italian parents, and my grandparents lived with us because we didn't have much money. But they spoke Italian all the time. And my grandfather, anytime I did something wrong, the two words that he yelled at me is "fate fubo," "fate fubo," and I finally figured out when I was about 3 years old that means get wise. And get wise is what you've got to do. There's a book that I really love called Viewpoints of a Commodity Trader by Roy Longstreet, and in there he talks about making mistakes, and he says the first mistake teaches. You learn from that, but the second mistake kills. And that means if you're in a trade and you make a bad decision, that's the one that really gets you in trouble. And that's what you want. The first mistake, nothing wrong with being wrong in the market. Hell, I'm wrong all the time. Well, a lot of the time. I sure am. But anyway, that's what we're looking at in crude. Look higher. There'll be a top coming in here, but don't see any sign of it right now. All right, now we had one other position that's been doing relatively well, and we'll get this up here. Actually, I have to get this up here to tell you where we are. This was another one that I focused on this morning when we were sending out the video. I said we have a really nice 135 pattern set up right here. Let's clean these out. There it is right there. There's your 1, there's your 3, there's your 5, lined up just as perfectly as you could possibly see. Right there. There's 1. There's 3, there's 5. Stay tuned, and we'll see where it's going to go next. 877 927-6648.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, bear with me here 1 second. I got a slight problem that I have to take care of right now, and I want to give me 1 second to make sure. Brother, it's going to take a little bit longer, I think. Just double check here. All right, what do I got here? All right, 2 there. Oh, shucks. Boy, oh boy, I don't know what to do. Doggone it. Hold on just a second, folks. I have to take care of something. Otherwise, I'm going to make an error, and I don't want to do that. I'm sorry for this. It doesn't happen very often, but I'm doing a lot of trading recently, and I want to make sure I have that taken care of. Let me make sure I see where we are. Doggone it. I have to think first, so I'm going to stop talking, okay? Not easy for an Italian to do that. Okay. All right. I just have to go into the other one. Boy, oh boy. Oh, brother, I don't know what to do. I got a really bad I'll take care of it. It's not life or death here, so let me get this thing done. Anyway, here's the picture here that we're looking at. I'm off that picture. Just a second. I'm sorry. Oh, it's what happened when you're overtired. You can't make mistakes. Hold on a second. All right, here's that pattern we were looking at. There's the 135 pattern. We had this beautiful Gartley here, but yesterday we had so many things going on, shorting the indices and stuff, and the gold market and everything was working. So we really didn't do much other than watch everything go down, and it stopped right here. I have a question about why I was talking about yesterday how the market was being being attacked because we were down 1 standard deviation in the S&P, and that's where they were trying to correct that. Now I'm going to bring that up to you just 1 second. I'll put this up here and I'll show you what I was watching here. Windows, tile, vertical, get them up here. And where's the old S&P? Here it is right now. Get it right here. See, we're coming up, still going up as we were expecting today. But let's go back to where we were yesterday. We're just going to go back and take a 13-minute chart because there's where they were trying to protect it right here, folks. If you remember, this was the spot I said, this is where they have to really determine whether they're going to hold the market up or not. We were sitting right there at 875. There were a lot of reasons for that, okay, folks? The main reason is we were down 1 standard deviation from the high. That was 110 handles, okay? And since that time, we've had a hell of a rally here. We haven't even had, we had one little 382 retracement here right after the open. You can see there it is. It pulls back, came almost exactly to the 382. There's a little tiny ABCD here, right at that level right here. And then it started to go higher. But the reason why they were holding it up so much was because of the fact, I'm trying to get it up here so you can see it. There was the old low. If we get below that, it's really serious. So here's where we were yesterday. They were just protecting it. Where they do that, they do it through the options market. All right, now if you'll remember, I want to get this up to make sure I do it the right way, because we saw that we were looking at this large ABCD pattern that was coming in right there, boys and girls. And where were we trying to protect it? Right here at 88775. That was a 1.618 of that whole day's range. That's 1 standard deviation down. It's got to hold that. Just like today when it started up, there was no 382s here all night long. It's what we're coming up to this level right here. Doesn't affect whether the markets are bearish or not. Folks, we're down 100 handles, up 100 handles. They're dropping so fast it doesn't make any difference. But the overall picture of this thing, let's just look at it on a 4-hour chart, okay? Now, there's nothing bullish about this at all. Let me make sure everything's refreshed on this. Yep, there it is. Okay, now that's what we did. We came down. We didn't quite that. They were trying to protect that, because if they got below there, it's big time problem. So all we're doing today is we're having a nice rally. Well, hell, we had a rally here from 2024. It rallied up 160 handles, and it was still bearish. So this is the main number you're looking at, because that's where the market came down. So you want to watch for the retracement levels. That's all you're watching. So you come down, and you'll see right now we just went through the 61 a little while, or the 382 a little while ago. We have the 50% here. I think this is where we're going to go at 6019. I don't have a good ABCD in here, so that's a little tough, but that's pretty much it. So that's why they were sitting there defending that yesterday, is because it was so doggone important. It really was. It's just had a lot of things going for it. So that's all. All that stuff is in the Floor Trader's Handbook. That if you're interested in it, you can learn to do it. The right way. Okay, now let's see. We had another question about. Oh, shucks. What? Oh, the pound and the euro and stuff. We still believe we're heading down to those larger numbers. All we're doing today, here's the British pound. There, as you can see, we're trying to make it 382 off of this high right here. This is nothing, folks. The reason why this is so important is because if you look at this weekly, there's the number you want to be looking at. That's 12275. Watch that number. The reason why is because it's going to be duplicating what it exactly did between June and October of the previous year. I put that clone line in to show it to you. Okay, there it is again, just repeating over and over again. Now, the one thing that we haven't done, and we'll do that right now, is we'll look at the number of days in this run. So you just go from your high right here. This counts the days from the high down to the low, which was, looks like it's right there. We'll call it right there. That's just down 15 weeks. 15 weeks. So now all we want to do is we're going to come over here, and we'll just get rid of that, and we'll put it in again. Move it over a little bit, and you go from this high down to here. And guess where the 15th week is, folks? Ta-da! Next week. This is why you want to be watching this one really, really closely. Also, if we're looking at the euro, we're going to come up here and take a look at it here on the euro. Let's get up here. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, shucks. Doggone it. Here's the euro. Here's where we are right here in the euro. Doing the same thing. Look, there was yesterday's 382. We pointed that out in the video before the markets even opened. This was like 2 o'clock in the morning on that day. That was when they first started trading right after the holiday. Right, a little tiny 382 retracement off of that high, and then bang, bang. What did we do today? Just made a 382 off of that one. So not much difference. These things are getting ready to go down, and we're going to find out how much lower. Looking at this on the long-term weekly, you know, you can go down a long way here. Get down here about another 100 pips. You're going to be sitting right at the 61% retracement of this whole thing here. All right, so there's your number. You're about 100 pips away in the pound. You're about 100 pips away there. So watch it. Could be very, very close. All right. Very, very important. Well, we got to take a little break now to pay a few bills, I believe. Oh, we got 52 seconds left, so we're going to take a look at Apple. Everybody wants to take a look at Apple. And we'll also do Tesla since we're doing both of them for our good friend Dale. And here's Apple today. It is doing nothing, just going sideways, very little. The next one we want to look at is Tesla, the billionaire. Hold on, Tesla, TSLA. There it is right there. Here's Tesla. It is up a little bit, not much. Stay tuned, folks. 877-927-6648. I'll be right back with you in the
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, I've had several requests about that book I wrote called Artificial Intelligence. The whole story started, I got a thermal fax from Steve Shapiro back in 1990. He lived on the beach there in Pismo Beach. I was up on the first level where you could see the whole panoramic view of the Pacific Ocean there in Pismo Beach. And he would come up and I would go down. It was like a big family thing. But anyway, he sent this up to me and he said, this guy said, this is what's going to happen with the S&P. So I looked at it. It wasn't similar type chart, but it was the same principle. It said it was going to be topping around 8 o'clock in the morning, New York time. This happens to be the gold, okay? And so at that time, gold was topping about that time in the morning. And I said, well, I think I better sell one. So I sold one gold, and I sold one gold, and it had a really good break. It broke about $15. And I called Steve back, and I said, Steve, I said, where'd you get this? And he said, well, this is a guy over in Bakersfield. I said, do you have his phone number? He said, yeah. So I called him up, and I told him, I said, I was looking at what you were doing. I introduced myself, and of course he had never heard from me, which was a blessing in disguise. And I told him, I said, yeah, I said, I picked up $1,000 on that. And he started yelling and screaming at me. He said, are you an idiot? He said, are you a F idiot? And I said, whoa. I said, what's the problem here? He said, look, don't you see it's going to go down the whole day? I said, yeah, but I had a profit objective of $1,000. I made $1,000. That's my goal on the day. He said, don't ever bother me again. And he slams the phone down. I said, oh, dear God. Thank God I don't want to get involved with somebody like that. And I told Steve, Steve, forget it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Anyway, about 3 or 4 weeks later, he called me and he said, well, I sort of got a little upset with you. He said, I realize that you've been doing this a while. And he said, I'd like to show you what I have. So I said, okay. Well, that started the whole process. Now, this is the gold chart for today, folks. I just want to bring this up to you. We're going to do it live since we might as well, since we're on the air here together. And then we get right back here. And here's the gold right here. So all I got to do now is to bring it in. And there's what it did for today. Now, that's the kind of thing that happened. I covered it here. And, of course, it went down a great deal more. Now, all this is, folks, what it is, it's a neural network. There were, back in the days, I had no idea what this stuff was about. The first thing I did when we got into this process of learning this was I called Jimmy Elder. Dr. Jim is an orthodontist, plus he's also a pathologist. He has 2 medical degrees, dental and medical. His father actually trained with W.D. Gann back in the 40s. And so he knew a little bit about commodities, and he still does. He still trades actively all the time. But I said, look, what do you think we should do? And he says, well, we'll take a look at this. So we followed this for a couple of weeks, and it was doing really good. So Jimmy said, I'm going to come out and we'll spend some time together, which he does all the time out there in Pismo. We had a beautiful house up there, the trading house that everybody came out. They stayed there. And so we drove over to Bakersfield, which is about 90 miles from San Luis Obispo, and made an appointment with him to be there at noon. So I got there at noon. We got there, little tiny house. It wasn't 800 square feet, folks. Dennis Regan, the guy that developed this whole thing, he weighed about 370 pounds. He was about 6'7". And right there in his office, this little tiny 2-bedroom place. He's married to a little Japanese woman. They had 2 little kids. She spoke no English. But this guy, he was really smart. Anyway, the room was so small, and I knew they were going to be talking stuff that I didn't understand. I said, Jimmy, I'm going to the movies. I'll come back in about 4 hours. We didn't have cell phones back in those days. And I said, so try to entertain yourself. He said, I'll be fine. So I come back at 4 o'clock. I said hello, goodbye. And we came back, and we drove away, heading back to San Luis Obispo. Jimmy said, pull over here. I want to talk to you for a second. So I did. And he said, Larry, he said, I grew up in a really smart family. He said, we were blessed with real smart people. He said, my dad, my mom were both genius qualities. He says, my sister was a genius. So we've really been blessed. And he said, I've been around smart people my whole life. He said, I've never been around anybody like that. He said, he's so smart that he said, he just absolutely blew me away. He said, we really have to look into this. I said, Jimmy, that's all I needed to know. I said, and we'll start to do that. And so I started working with Dennis. And remember, we had the computers are not like back then. We had to buy a MIPS computer, which means millions of integers per second, MIPS, M-I-P-S. And we ran through 2 of those. And they were by Intel, and it just wore them out. But it went through and looked at all the sequence of numbers. And by looking at a 2-minute chart, you get a really good idea of what's happening with the market as far as these ABCDs and all these ratios. And that tells you the timing of what happens one day will happen the next day. And that's all this thing is doing, is going back 2 days to find out what was happening during that particular time. And that's what you're supposed to be looking for. So that's what we started to do. And so we started, and we went through one computer that was 5,000. We went through another computer. 5,000 back in 1990, folks, was not a easy thing to do. Then we went through the second MIPS computer. That was about 2 years later. Then in 93, we were into the 2-year project with doing all kinds of stuff. And I called up Dennis one morning because I hadn't heard from him in the morning. I always checked with him, and she answered the phone. I get Denny no here, Denny no here, Denny no here, because she didn't speak English. I said, oh God, what am I going to do? I don't know anything. Well, anyway, about 3-4 hours later, I get a call from a friend of theirs that told me that Dennis Reagan had went into the hospital for a cold and he died. He had a major heart attack and he died. This was 91, late 91. And I said, oh dear, now we don't have anything to work with. We had no formulas. Everything was up to him. But he had spent some time with Dr. Jimmy, and Dr. Jimmy says, I think I know how to figure this thing out. And so we started working on the formulas and stuff, and one thing led to another, and that's where we got to where we are today. Sometimes it works perfectly, sometimes it doesn't. But when it does work, and it works with the patterns, like this one particular today in the gold market was very easy. There was your overnight high right there. There's your perfect ABCD coming in right here, and it's supposed to turn down. Now, if it doesn't turn down, look out, it's going to go down. So that's really what you're watching. So nothing more, nothing less. And the back part of the day, the last 20%, we found that is the least accurate, even though sometimes it's perfect the whole day. But that's the least accurate because you've gone through 222 bars, 2-minute bars, for this 8-hour period, and that makes it a little prediction is better at the beginning than it is the end. Just like this one right here. This is a nice move in gold. It went from 55 around $1,100. That's close to 20 points in the S&P, right? If you went and just did the little bit of the stuff we look at, which is a little bit of the the old ABCD razzle dazzle 382, and where were you? Right there, right at the 382, and you still went down. There was another 382 still going down. So that's all you try to do is to match them up with time and price. And it's not an easy factor, but if you're trading full time, this is the things you have to prepare to do. And those are the things that makes it, whether you're right or wrong and whether it's going to be good or bad. That's the main thing, okay? All right, we'll be right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Meal. You see, I'm short here, okay? Short it here at 19, and it was trading at 08, okay? And I said right there at the old 382, I said that should be it. And so what I tried to do was to come in and cover it. What I did was I hit the wrong button, so I ended up being short 2 units. So I was, instead of being short 2, I was short 4, and so I had to go in and buy them back. So the difference was $100 error between the two. So it was still a nice profit, but I did correct it because I saw it. I'm so used to being on the short side of things, and I don't know what it's like to buy anything. Not quite that bad, but sometimes it seems that way. Okay, let's get back here and take a look at the we have a question here about the wheat market, because I'm very, very bullish wheat long term, and also we have to take a look at the soybean oil. We're getting really close to that. We're having if you remember, well, let's do the wheat first. Here's the wheat. Remember, we're really trying to get it down a little bit more, and here it goes. We is getting close, boys and girls. Little Billy Ray is going to be a happy boy here pretty soon. We are almost there. Oh my goodness, this is it. Here we go. I knew it was coming down hard, but I didn't realize it was down this much today. Wow. Wheat's down 30 cents today, folks. That's a huge break here. We've been waiting to see that happen. There was your 618 the other day. Fact is, this is one of the ones when we were doing the show the other day, had a beautiful Gartley right up there, exactly at the 61% retracement. That tells us that we're getting ready to have this big move down right here. So what we need to do now is look at this on the long-term daily, because we're getting really close to it. There we are. We're taking it out right now. So we got to move it over just a little bit right here and look at the whole thing. And just where's what we're looking at. There's over the past months. Remember, we want to get it down to this area. Folks, you see wheat here at 528? That's cookies and bread and things like that. Anybody going to stop eating cookies and bread? I don't think so. But look at this. Show you about difference between fear and greed. Look at this where it was just a few years ago. In 22, it was trading at $13 a bushel. Now it's $5 a bushel. You can't get anybody to buy it. Now, isn't that strange? Now, you can see you didn't even get a 382 rally here. You got a 50% rally here. Coming down, but this is going to, you're not even going to be, oh my goodness, Peter Eliade said it would get to $4, and boy, that's what it looks like. We could actually get down to this level right here. We haven't seen in 9 years, 10 years, 9 years. 9 years it hasn't been this low when wheat was this level, and we could get there again. And where did it go from there? Ta-da, quadrupled in price. So this is what we're watching. This area right here is what I'm watching on the weekly basis. So this has been waiting this for quite some time. That's one of the reasons why we expected it to be down this way. Let's go to the weekly because that would easily see this pattern a lot better. There it is right there. That's this one right here that I think that we can get down to this level right here. And it doesn't take much. One little action by Putin blocking the Black Sea shipments. It could easily get down to 410, and that's down another $10 a bushel from where we are right now. So we'll watch that one really, really closely because I think it's got a really good chance. That was one of the reasons why we were talking about short soybeans just the other day. Right on the air here. There's our short soybean chart. Let's get this old hourly chart up in here. And there it is. You can see we're looking to sell soybeans right up there at 10.11. The high was 14. It went $200 against us, and look where it is now. It's 30 cents in your favor. This is what you want to be looking for. Look at the action today, folks. If you like action, there's the action today. What did it do? It opened higher. Where did it open to when it opened higher? This is an hourly chart. Bada bing, right at the 382, and here we are headed down. That's what we're watching. So this is no difference in cattle. You're not going to get the exact high. That's what they have, your stops in there to, sort of protect yourself as you're going through some of these. Okay. All right. Now let's move around here for just 1 second here. And I want to cover one other thing in the grain markets, and that's soybean oil. This is another one, folks. People are not going to stop. Let's do the March soybean oil. Okay. Down a lot lower coming, but let's just wait and see. Okay, here's where we are in the last few days. It's been going sideways at a very low level. That means that we're going to be going down. We're going to take these lows out. We might have today. Oh, we matched it. We matched the low right here. But what you want to do is you want to go to the weekly chart on this one. Now, this is cooking oil, folks. It's also related to gasoline stuff, too. But this is what the March oil looks like when they started putting it on the board back here several years ago. So we look for it to come down one more time, and I believe the number is $35 a pound. Let's get that up here. Here it is right here. Right here. We've done this before, so there's what we're going to be looking at. Here it is. There was your 382 right here just about 5-6 days ago. There's the old low right here. It's going to take that out. Hopefully there'll be one big washout here of about another 4 cents. So that would take you down to 35.20, 4 cents lower, and then you want to be buying at around 35.20 with a stop at 34.20. As we get closer to it, I'll try to alert you, to some of these things that we're looking at. But soybean oil is one of the best things to trade, and it gives you some really good ideas of what you're watching. But look, there's your ABCD leg right here on the upside. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's going to be a rocket science on that. And now this is where you're coming down here with this level right here with the oil. Now, I have a question. This question has come in about a stock. Hold on. That's Palantir. I want to get this up here because that was a stock that John Jameson was very bullish on. And it's bouncing up a little bit here today. We'll get the daily up here so we can quickly look at it. This is where John bought it right here at $22 right here at 22. That was a 382 retracement on the long-term picture right here. Boy, look at this. This thing never gave you much of a chance. And John got out of it at 80. So it was a four-bagger, so that's a really good one. It's still holding up. It's really strong today, up about $4, but other things are rallying up pretty good. That's what you want to be looking for. So these rallies, they're going to be short-lived when they come, and when markets go down, they go down faster than they go up, and that's the main thing. By the way, yesterday on the emergency, folks, I take care of a couple of elderly people here. Here you got somebody, they're 10 years older than me, 95 and 96, but they don't drive, and then they get panicked. They lose track of time and stuff, and that's what was happening. He was getting real nervous about something, but he forgot that it's only 10 minutes away. So I finally got him to the doctor for his checkup and got him back and everything. So, but he was a little bit panicked, but nicest guy in the whole world, just a little bit confused. His mind has started to slip badly. Okay, that's Palantir. And then we had one other one that I wanted to see, and that is Caterpillar, because this is related to, machinery and also the stuff with the There's the hourly chart here. It's still coming down. Boy, it just doesn't have any friends. Let's do the daily here on CAT, because had that big high up here when everybody wanted it. There's where it was. And then the key day here with Caterpillar was the day that these earnings came out, and they were so bullish, and yet they closed right at the end of the run here. Okay, that's the main thing. Okay, big deal. And also another one is Tucson's. We'll cover this is Taiwan Semiconductor. Hold on, folks. We'll get that up in just a second.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, Taiwan Semiconductor. Just wanted to show you. See these moves like this? They're pretty much equal on the downside, pretty close. All right, look at this one. You see how it came a lot higher? This was telling you there was a nice 3 drive there, dropped 10% right to this level. Now it's made new highs. That tells us that we've got one more move coming. It's probably going to be right there. Not hard to figure out. All we have to do is just do a little A, B, C, D stuff. I know what you know what that is, but there's A, B, C, D, and that will take you either to right there, which will be 211 or 215. That's where you want to be watching semiconductor. And if we look at this on the daily pattern, we'll see where we are in long-term daily. There it is right there, this 211, the old high here. Oh, it's going to make that new high, 212. Very easily for that to make a new high, and that's where you want to be selling it, at new high. There's the old high at 1.618. So let's put that in there, so if it happens, we'll be able to report on it. I'm not having anything to do with this because I don't do stocks, but that's what hey, these charts are all the same. It's the same people. They just don't trade commodities or Forex. That's all. So that's the main thing. The other thing, folks, is we're going to have Mike Moore hopefully on tomorrow. And then later on in the week, we're going to have Jeff Huge of Alpha Insights. That's next week. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be working. Well, I do a little bit, but not much. It's been a fun year. This is going to be a great year, folks, because volatility is here to stay. And if you think you've seen volatility yet, you haven't seen nothing yet. I mean, nothing. You're going to see stuff you say, are you kidding me? It's trading where? And I'll tell you, I believe that really sincerely. It's got all the signs of what's going to be happening, so we'll see. So that's it, folks. Live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and take some nice time out to help your neighbors, and have a wonderful new year that's just started. It's just the beginning. So we'll see you on the flip side to Monday, and that's it. We'll talk to you later.